What's up? Can you hear me? It is Sunday evening. It's your chance to ask questions. Trying all this new cool stuff out. Hey Chris. Hey Bob. I have my friend here from Oklahoma. He's going to be in town for a couple more days and he's setting me up with all this really cool stuff. But now is the time for you guys to ask questions because we are doing this live stream. I'm good. How are you? Hey Lisa. It's a pretty cool setup you got me going on here. What kind of questions? I know you guys have been bugging me all week. Certain things going on. I had a subscriber email me earlier about a car that won't start. Lisa, you just woke up? It's like 9 o'clock at night, man. You're a night owl, aren't you? It's been lots of things happening with all these 6.7s I've been working on, and all the gas engines too. Getting this whole fleet back up and running. Hey, Chaos Plays. I've been crashing after dinner. I mean, you must be having a good dinner if you're crashing after dinner. I want some dinner. Bob, I hope you get to feeling better, man. Anthony, Bob, Chris.
You
Oh,
take it.
oh, the chat, so I can see the chat.
Yep.
Move it over here. I got too many screens going on. It's something to get used to.
Yeah. Now I just working perfect.
Yeah, I love that light. All right, shoot the questions. I know you guys didn't ask all the questions during the week. Come on. Um, you talking about the mobile mechanic business? How do you perform a coolant flush? We're going to talk about the Fords and stuff right now, Bob. We're not going to talk about the mobile mechanic business. I'll talk to you about that later. The coolant flush, are you talking about doing a coolant flush or a coolant drain and fill? That's two different things. A coolant flush, you have to actually you hook up a machine to it. I mean, you can do it at home with a water hose, but I wouldn't recommend using a water hose because it's not distilled water. Uh, Drain and fill. Drain your cooling system completely. Fill it up with distilled water. Let it run. Drain it again. Then add your new coolant. That's how I do it. You got to get back here. We were just out front. So the coolant drain and fill is what I would do. The machine does it. Hang on just a minute, guys. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, Jonathan. You pulled freeze plugs and ran with hose and thermostat hole after flushing. No. I flushed the heater core that way, hook a water hose up to it and let it come out. That's the old school days, man.
You always look at that. You see that, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
This is what I'm talking about. I get interrupted every time I live stream. Go ahead. There's so many interruptions going on, guys. Sorry. Hey, Jonathan. Somebody asked, do I like working on emergency vehicles? Yes, I like working on emergency vehicles. I don't have anybody bugging me. I don't have customers complaining about stupid things. Which, it's a totally different world than the dealership. But at least they know we don't pull freeze plugs, man. They actually have tabs on them that turn pink or red to let you know if it overheated. Saab's had a block drain plug made flushes easy. Oh, that's cool. Now, nowadays you just drain it. You fill it up with distilled water, let it run so it'll circulate through the block, and then you drain it again. They do have a machine that you hook up through the thermostat and it'll flush it through the radiator and push all the old crap out. I've had issues with those. I don't really like to use them. Nobody really does anymore. They just drain and fill. That's pretty cool that they had a block drain though. Take the freeze plug out and install like one of those like water hose things. You know what I'm talking about? The valve. Emergency vehicles is fun. All of it gets removed out of the radiator, and then that's why you fill it with distilled water and you run it again and it gets it out that way. It'll send it to the radiator. You never actually get all 100% of it out, even when you do it that way or just a drain and fill. There's always going to be some in the block. I wish you lived closer to Rich and I. You'll love trying to figure out my climate control. Passenger side gets hot, cold. Driving only blows ambient air temp. Didn't I send you the? It wasn't a TSB. It was a You sent me the code, the pinpoint test for it. It actually, that same system runs through the heated and cooled AC seats. Why is an exhaust leak bad and how to repair it properly? Depends on what kind of exhaust leak you have. When does it have to be cool when draining? Why does it have to be cool, or when? Chris, are you asking why it has to be cool or when it has to be cool? Past the catalytic converter, before the muffler, so just in the mid pipe. Exhaust leaks are bad because it's letting exhaust out into the atmosphere. It's not being muffled. Hi. Technically, and your exhaust back pressure, you actually need that. How do you fix it? Depends on how big the hole is. There's a TSB, guess you would start there first. Yeah, if it's just a hole, like they got exhaust wrap you can put around it, or you can weld it. Yes, the car has to be cool when draining. Not cold, but cool. So the purpose of a radiator cap, it raises the boiling point of water. Water boils at 230 something degrees. When you pull that radiator cap, or yeah, that's why you get steam, and that's why it boils over, because you lower the boiling point when that happens. So yeah, you want it to be Not completely cold, but cool. It takes 6 to 8 hours for a car to completely cool down anyway. Are you trying to do a draining field, Chris? You about to switch over to AMSOIL? I know you said something about that. Correct, Lisa. Never open it when it's hot. It will boil over and it will steam. Steam will burn you. The liquid will burn you. It's just a bad day. $150K service. Show him that picture that I sent you. It's actually on the same circuit that the heated and cooled seats are on. Because that code you sent me was just for the seats. It wasn't for the actual blend door or anything, temperature blend door or anything like that. It was for the seats. So I'm wondering, I didn't get a chance to look at the power flow chart, but I don't know if it's on the same circuit. Next 10,000 miles, yeah. I gotta do mine too. A kid in high school got burned. His whole arm was bandaged. Yeah. It's hot. But, oh, to go back to that question, do I like working on the emergency vehicles? Totally different world. Got to keep them up and running. My job's very important. How much MPG do I get on my truck? To and from work, like 28. Highway, I get about 32, somewhere around in there. I'm looking at the chat at the same time, I'm sorry. No, I don't have to use premium gas. I can, but it costs too much. What is the proper flush method today? Most things we did are probably not proper today in anything. The flush method for coolant? Or transmission? Coolant. Dealerships have a machine that goes between the upper radiator hose and the thermostat, and there's like a T that you put inside there, and it has like this clear hose on it, and you start the vehicle, and once the thermostat opens, you'll see the coolant flow through there. That's how you know that thermostat opens. You take that out, and then you add the flush hose inside of it, and it pushes the new coolant in and circulates the old coolant back, because you have to hook up to the lower radiator hose too. It pushes the old coolant into the system, and it just keeps adding new coolant. I average 18.2 on my Lincoln running 89. I get 17 on 87. To get an extra mile a tank is worth 30 cents. Yeah, I mean, if you're in a totally different climate than I am too. Now running 93, you probably won't get much better than what you're getting now. So I wouldn't even waste it on 93. Every 30,000 miles, service your power steering fluid. That's the proper way to do it, Trouble. But me, I like doing a drain and fill because to me it's just cleaner. It's not as messy. I'll drain the radiator, and which drains the whole system. Add distilled water to the coolant reservoir, which is all they call it. Ford calls it the degas bottle. And then I'll let it run, and it circulates through there. And then I'll drain the radiator again, and I'll do that a time or two until it turns clear water. And then I'll add my coolant to it. There'll be a little bit of water left over. It's not going to hurt anything. Yeah, you're not going to get better on 92 or 93. If 89 you're getting the best MPG that you can get, I'd stick with that. Yeah, he did a drain and fill on your coolant system. It's not as messy that way. Um, you're still getting rid of the old stuff, if you know what I mean. Yeah, if your Lincoln likes it, stay on it. I may bump up to mid-grade to see if I get a little bit better. I'm already getting really good though, so. What other questions you guys got? Man, I'm gonna have a busy day tomorrow. Does the heater have to be on? When you fill it back up, I always turn the heater on and let it run until I get a little bit of get the air pockets out of it, and then I'll go for a drive. Make sure I got heat, and then I'll let it cool down a little bit to make sure I'm in between the full and cold mark, because that full mark is when it's cold. It might get better. I just don't want to pay over $4 a gallon of gas. I've seen the spark plug sandblasters. It's cheaper just to replace them now. I like my job. Monday and Tuesday and part of Wednesday are my busiest days. I got to do a DEF reductant pump tomorrow with the high pressure line, so I may film that or may go live. You never know. And then what else was it I had to do? Something else I had to do that was pretty big. I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
313. That's cheaper than I am. Took my buddy down to the gas station to fill up a little bit ago. I think it was 327. $5.50 for premium. I don't even think diesel's $5.50 here. What's up, Scott? $6.19 for regular in California. Oh, Diesel's like just under 5, I think, here. Might be 4 something. I run 87 in mine too. My favorite gas? Not Shell. Shell's good. Shell's really good. They have good fuel. We don't have a whole lot of Shell stations around here. Life is good, Scott. I run. It's called Kangaroo. Circle K, actually. Circle K bought them out. I'll do that, or Speedway, or Exxon. It was 303. Where'd you fill up at, Scott? We still have our shop ones, but we don't use it since new plugs last longer. Shell. BJ's? Okay. BJ's kind of like Walmart. They got the cheapest gas. Liberty gas station's pretty cheap too. They got good fuel. We have Valero too. No, we don't have Arco. See, we got. There's a few Shell stations, not a lot. We got. There's a few Shell, Exxon, Speedway, Circle K. Circle K actually used to be Kangaroo, which was owned by Texaco. Valero, Liberty, Walmart, BJ's. Some of the Dollar Generals actually have gas too. I've never got gas at BJ's. I don't even think I have a membership to BJ's. I mean, I can get one for free because of where I work, but I've yet to go in there and say, hey, look, I need a membership. I go to work, I make videos for you guys. I come home, I make videos for you guys. I don't really go out that much. BJ's is way on the other side of town, and I hate it over there. I don't really go to the Valero all that much either. Oh, we have Flying J too. Flying J or Pilot? Pilot's on the interstate. Harris Teeter is a grocery store. They have a gas station. (7-Eleven) isn't down where I am. They're up north toward Virginia. I think there's a few of them before you get to the Virginia state line. I love 7-Eleven though. They had the best Slurpees ever. Yeah, I heard we're getting one. We're getting a Costco too. Yeah, the grocery store gas station, it depends on where they get their gas from. I'm not quite sure. I've never gotten gas at a grocery store, except for like Walmart or something. But we are getting a Costco too. They're putting it over there where that Amazon warehouse is, distribution center is. They're putting it on Ramsey Street by Lowe's? Okay, that's even closer to me. I don't know. I just saw the plans today for Costco. Exactly, Jonathan. Some of these To change spark plugs, you got to tear half an engine apart on most of these things. Well, then I may have to try some Costco gas whenever they build it. Going up more towards Santa Fe. Okay. I know it's gonna be right there under 295 or something like that. We got on the subject of gas. That's pretty cool. Gas prices. Jonathan's 100% correct. Like, I'll show you guys tomorrow. I'll do like a little short on it or something. I do actually have one of those little sandblasters that cleans spark plugs. Have I used it? No. It's just sitting in a corner collecting dust. Will I use it? Probably not. If I already took the plug out, I'm just going to replace it. You don't have to pull the engine out. Bob, I worked at Subaru for a while. All you do is take the two bottom motor mounts. It's just 13mm nuts. You take those out, you put a jack underneath it on one side, and you just move the engine over. When you get done, you move it back the other way. And when you get done, you set it back in the hole. I can do a boxer engine in like 30 minutes. I did a Mercedes one time when I worked at CarMax. I'll never do it again. You're at Mercedes now, aren't you, Scott? You went back to the dealer, didn't you? More power to you. Yeah, I mean, you're taking half the car apart. You better get new spark plugs. But I work on a lot of stuff that doesn't have spark plugs. So, and they haven't really had much trouble with them at all. Couple check engine lights here and there. One of them's for a cracked charge air cooler tube. Had a alternator on one. I got to do the reductant pump, which is the DEF pump. Subarus get changed every 30,000. I made so much money doing tune-ups at Subaru. Their wheel bearings only last like 15,000 miles. Those are my two main things: spark plugs and wheel bearings. Haven't had to do glow plug yet. I have had to do a diesel injector though. Or not a diesel, I'm sorry, a DEF injector. And it was really simple. I mean, before I can get my phone out and like start recording it, I was basically done. Bob, yours isn't boosted though. Mine are supposedly $100,000 mile plugs, but EcoBoost people tend to change them out at 30, 35,000. I'm pushing 40. I may change mine out anyway. Hey, the new Toyota Tundra, I talked to Thomas not too long ago. You basically got to pull the cab on that thing to do anything to it. The gas engines on the Tahoes and Explorers, I will change them out about, it just depends. I actually did one the other day. I don't know, probably 60,000. Just depends on how hard they're running it. They're doing a lot of idling. 60 to 80, Jonathan. I'll probably change out the gas engine spark plugs. I did do one the other day. It was misfiring like crazy. New Tahoe got lifter problems anyway. Yeah, it does. We got a 2022. It's okay for right now. I think the 2018 that we had, camshaft and lifters. And I think it's only got like 60,000 miles on it. And push rods. Hey, James. Coming in late. So do the Dodge Chargers. When she start working at Chevy? Which one? Can be challenging changing the shoes on a Mustang. What year? Ugh, fresh off the lot, didn't even make it home. Come here, kitty.
Here.
Y'all remember that cat that I found?
Sorry.
Oh, look at you. You don't want to be up here, do you? You going down?
No, I'm gonna rip
Just
one.
trying to come across.
Oh,
Yeah, he's getting big. Oh, he's a boy. We found out his little pom poms came out.
yeah.
That was a shop kitty. Hmm. I need to take him to the vet. Can't say that loud. He'll take off running. Oh, shoeing joke. Gotcha. Horses, Mustangs, shoeing. Gotcha. Sorry about the delayed reaction.
He didn't get the pump.
I didn't get it. Questions? Keep them rolling. I'm trying to go through the comments and answer at the same time. What was that?
No.
Oh. I guess I'm hearing things. Is Chris still in here? Oh. We got about 20 new Tahoes in the fleet now. I am fully expecting lifter cam problems. You are going to have lifter and cam problems very soon. Sooner than you think. Oh, Chris is there. He's all quiet. Look at him. Hey, you're supposed to be in my chat, not anybody else's chat. Lisa, don't be cheating on me like that.
Probably turn my phone on.
Is Rich gonna be doing your transmission service? If Rich is doing it, I would talk to him about it. Cause like at the 60,000 mile point, if it's never been done, I'm kind of up in the air about it. I need to check him out, Lisa. Run it by Rich and see what he says. I mean, the fluid does need to be changed, but I don't want you to start having transmission problems and it starts slipping and everything because you don't know if it's ever been done. That Tahoe, I got lifters to do on. It's the push rods, the rockers, and the camshaft. My parts are on back order, and there's no ETA when they come off back order. Exactly. I'm not there. I can't see the fluid.
Oh my god.
So if the fluid looks fine and Rich is okay with it, I'm cool with it.
No, he's not.
Multiple options from people I trust. Yes. If he's cool with it and the fluid looks fine, it doesn't look burnt or anything like that, by all means go ahead and do it. And I will completely agree with him and back him up. Bad lifters, I actually have a couple videos of what they sound like. How about using Ford Type F when servicing a high mileage trans? If the transmission uses Type F, put Type F in it. Some of them use LV, some of them use Mercon 5. It just really depends. Don't put that universal stuff in it. It's got to meet or exceed the manufacturer's the number that they use. But say it takes LV, don't put Mercon 5 in it. Yeah, if you're doing a few quarts, that's fine. What are your thoughts on extended warranty? I have a 2020 F-150 Super Crew with 26,000. Bought it 9 of 2020. What kind of extended warranty did you get?
We're about to get out of here.
Yeah, that's the oil getting up to the top. All Chevrolets do that. So you don't have an extended warranty yet? You're asking what kind you should get? Go to your Ford dealer and ask them, it's the Platinum one that they have. That Platinum extended service protection, extended warranty is awesome, but get it through your Ford dealer. Never had an issue with the Platinum one, and it covers a lot. Always get an extended warranty. Third party ones you got to be kind of careful with, but go to your dealer. If they mailed it to you, Go to your dealer and get the platinum one. No problem. Yes, get gap insurance too. Gap insurance, because your vehicle loses value as soon as you pull off the lot. The gap insurance actually, if you get into a wreck and you owe more than it's worth, the gap coverage covers. So if they give you $5,000 for it and you owe $6,000 on it, gap coverage covers that other $1,000. Now, did you do flood mode, Bob? Fleet Ford SUVs use LV. I drain and fill the trans approximately 15 to 16,000 miles. No easy way to bypass the thermocoupler. Are you going through the side? Do flood mode next time, Bob. Yeah, bottom drain, and then the fill should be through the side, if I'm not mistaken. It might be the escape I'm thinking of. Driver's side, obviously where the transmission is, right above the CV axle. I haven't done an Explorer in a long time. I don't remember. I have to go look. Oh, yeah, you got to remove the air box and fill it down. Are you you sure? Because I know the Escape has a fill plug on the side. I know it has the vent on the oh no, it does have a little cap on the top. Now you just have to stick a little funnel down there and fill it. Anyway, it's almost 10 o'clock. I gotta get off here. I gotta get ready for work in the morning. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you for 2,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. I have to get off of here. Yeah, it's on the top. The interceptors. It is on the top. Now that you think, now that I mention it, or you mentioned it. I'll see all you guys later. Okay, I appreciate it.